name's Mark Donovan. I'm a Nooyah boy from Perth, originally from Bunbury. Growing up, I ended up finding meth when I was about 17, 18. I was into it really hard. I didn't find God then. I was just a sole drug user, which led to crime, which led to a lot of things I didn't like, which turned me into something I didn't like. I did a little bit of jail, not too much. I'm not going to get into that. What I want to get into is where I am now, and I'm currently working full time for Thrive Integration / Teamwork. I found my relationship with God probably about 4 years ago, but I held back a lot. I said these things, I acted like something I thought I should act like, just to please others. And then what that led to was me getting back on the drugs, which then led to me losing my job. And it wasn't until June this year I really engaged back with Teamwork and Thrive, but it was 6 months before June this year that I actually prayed back to God, and I started my relationship with God properly this time. I didn't hide it, I wasn't ashamed of it, I prayed, I didn't push on anyone, but I also wasn't the Christian I said I was 2 years before that. As they say, no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and He'll show you that. And those weapons are drugs, abuse, all that type of stuff, prison, neglect, just things that lead down that track which you don't want to go down. I've re-established my relationship, like I said, with God, and I'm happy. I don't shy away from it, I lean into it, and from leaning into it, I found myself a better person. And as a better Christian, I've also been a better son, better nephew, better brother, better uncle for my family, a better co-worker with the people I work with, and better friend. I've lost a lot of friends over the last 6 months, but that's probably a good thing, because it's all due to the friendships were built on a false foundation. The friendships I have now are with people I meet that are like-minded like myself. Not all of them believe in God and have a relationship with God, but I do. And that relationship with God has helped me build the person I am now today. Sitting in front of this camera, and I can finally look myself in the mirror. I like to have pride in my appearance. I like to be at work every day. As much as I love myself, I know there's 100 other people that love me more, but no one loves me like our Father. And then with that comes a lot of growth, I don't know. I've worked where I'm working now 2 years ago before I got back on the drugs, and that was no good. I wasn't ready. I thought I was ready. I said the right things like I mentioned earlier, but now sort of, you know when you're ready, because the Lord, He's always there, but you gotta let Him in your life. Once you open your heart up, that's all you can do. Once you open your heart, that's all you need to do, and a lot of things will open for you. A lot of opportunities. So if you're struggling out there, drug addiction or whatever, if you believe in our Christ, you lean on Him, Don't shy away. Don't be ashamed. None of that. As He doesn't look at you in a shame way. He loves you. He loves all of us. And I wish I learnt this years ago, but that's alright. I know the Lord doesn't hate me for not learning it years ago. And all I can do is encourage you. I encourage you to take a leaflet out of my book. I'm not perfect. I might look perfect, but I guarantee I'm not. But in His eyes, we all are perfect. And just learn to love yourself, and you'll love yourself once you love Him. As I grew older, I started growing into something that I hated with my drug use. Growing up, I used to hate meth and needles and smoking, all that type of stuff. And I hated it because I was a young boy. I had 2 older siblings in and out of jail. All of my boy cousins in and out of jail through drugs. And I got to a point in my life where I started using drugs to feel connected and close to my brothers. And then I turned into something I hated. I couldn't see it at the time. And with that drug use, it sort of made me not like myself. But I used to ignore that to be able to live with myself, to continue to use and use and use. And with that, it pushed me away from my family. And I shut out a lot of people that I loved, and they loved me. And I thought my real friends were people out there giving me drugs, but they weren't my friends. And then obviously with addiction, it leads to prison. Now everyone goes to prison. It's not about how much time you did or whatever. It's just a place you don't ever want to go to. A lot of people, they thrive in that environment, and they get out here, they struggle. A lot of people struggle in there, and out here they thrive. But you don't really want to compare that, it's not something you want to compare, and you don't want to be proud of being in there. But also you got to learn while you're in there. And when I was in there, I did learn a bit. Then I got out. That's where I met Teamwork. That's when they introduced me to Christ. And started working for them full time. That's all I can really think of. I didn't really think of, I didn't even do any interviews.
Just think for a few seconds now, finish off by saying, you too can have what the Lord's given me, or something like that.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
So you can start that now and then just finish off that way.
Yeah.
Because you can have it.
Yeah.
He loves you just as much as he loves me.
No worries. Anyone out there can tell you how to live your life or what to do. And you can listen to anybody. You can listen to me, a complete stranger, your family, or whatever, but you need to listen to yourself. And just listen to Christ. If you pray to God and talk to God, He will talk back to you. You won't hear something in your ear, but you will feel Him. You won't feel Him grab you, but He will send things your way. It might be the next day, as long as your mind and your heart is open for Him and allow Him to get in. And then when you let Him in, He will show you what's out there for you. And then with that, He will show you what you can do. And there's lots of things you thought you could never do before. You won't even remember that. It'll just be all positives going forward. And your life will be so much more better.